Welcome to Daily December Art Candy. Only do less than you think you can do this month. This is the annual reminder I give myself in my Google Calendar, and some years I'm able to even accomplish that. So this year I have a great idea that involves you. I want to invite you to do something every day with me that is brief, but that will help inspire and keep your art practice alive during these dark days that can sometimes turn into being much too busy. But this is going to allow me and hopefully you to keep our art practices from falling through the cracks. When I was a kid, I loved the Advent calendar and having a candy cane every single day as we counted down until December 25th. So what I'd like to do with you is going to be kind of like an Advent calendar where every day there's going to be a kind of candy. It's going to be more mental and art focused. And I'm super excited about the 31 treats I have to share with you, and they're all related to art. And we're going to do the entire month so that we can count down through the darkest days of winter all the way into winter solstice, and then, start heading towards the light. We're going to be able to kind of close up shop for the year and then start thinking about the new year. And all of this can be in the context of color and our art practice. But it's also going to be in little tiny bites so that it's not overwhelming, but it just sort of brings a little bit of daily joy. And one last thing, a few of these days will actually include a gift. So I'm going to be doing a few small giveaways because I love giving gifts. And so I'm very excited about those days as well. All right, let's get on with day one. So I bought this at a local craft store, and it's cute, but it doesn't have 31 boxes. So I'm gonna have 6 more small boxes, I think, on top or something like that. So each day we are gonna look in the corresponding day, and just the way Advent calendars work, and then see what the day will bring us. Use up old paint and make stripes. Okay. This is sort of like a combination of two wonderful things. Number one, using up old paint. What do I mean by that? So if you do gouache or watercolor, you probably have a lot of old palettes that have paint on them still that is totally usable, but it's sort of just this old project. Or if you're an oil painter, you might actually have something on your palette right now that maybe you just finished a painting and now you just have this paint lying around. Or if you have a stay wet palette as an acrylic painter, you might have a still wet palette of paint that you weren't going to use. So that's what I'm talking about in terms of using old paint. You could also, if you have some tubes that are just almost empty and you might already have a new tube of it, and you tend to grab the new tube, this might be a good time to pull out those old tubes and just use up the very last of those tubes. It's kind of like the equivalent of eat your fridge, use what you have. But in the case of this, like maybe this isn't, the colors you need for a painting. And so something that I find extremely soothing to do is painting stripes. Now, I love stripes, okay? I love them so much. They're everywhere in my life. I love stripes. I have a studio color notebook for December only, just for these daily December art candy days. This is, if you don't know what a studio color notebook is, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a notebook that you keep on hand to do color studies, have conversations with yourself about color. So for day one, I did a whole lot of stripes, and it's really nice because I still need to do some more, but I was able to go from this to that, so this is ready to go for the new year, a nice clean palette. So I have some in here, and I have some ideas for you. So I want to show you. All right. So I just really find this to be a very meditative act. You can do it where You're breathing with color, like I mentioned in, I think, my last video, where you take an inhale and then you exhale and do a paint stroke. So, and another thing that's really nice about it is that you might find some color combinations that you might not have previously used. And that alone is just extremely inspiring. Like, look at that. Can you imagine how beautiful a painting would be if you just use only those colors? Or you can just kind of go nuts and just do whatever, right? This is a very meditative act. And then what to do with those papers, you can just enjoy them as is, or you can use them as lines for writing a journal entry. But really, I like it for color inspiration. And so when I was doing this particular set of stripes, I did this, and well, I decided to wear stuff that reminded me of it because, yeah, because that's fun. But I really love this combination of colors. And so I had this idea, and I'm either going to do it or I'm not going to do it. You'll find out tomorrow if I did it. But I was thinking, oh, I really want to do something that is these colors, like a painting, blah, blah, blah. But I want to, I want to do that. So I thought to myself, what if I'm not sure if I'm going to do it yet, but what if I repainted these, because the side, the main box color would work with that sort of teal color because it's like it's in there. But like, what if all the drawers were like these colors? Now this is watercolor, so I'd have to do this in acrylic, but wouldn't that be cool? Would it be cool? I don't know. But I think it'd be fun, and definitely fun is what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for candy, and this would definitely be a bit of a candy moment. So I guess you'll find out tomorrow if I do it or not. But anyway, today's challenge, if you're so interested, is to find your old paint and fill up some pages with it, just either doodling around, or even, in my opinion, more awesome and fun is do a bunch of random stripes. Okay, see you tomorrow. Hope you have fun.